In the heart of the Sahel, a new flag is rising, one woven in Moscow, not Paris. Could Africa be truly pivoting away from the West? Or is this just another game of great power politics? Because right now, Africa is no longer just rising, it's revolting. And this time, it's Russia, not the West, who's getting a seat at the table. Welcome to a new era, where alliances are shifting, propaganda is rising, and a young African captain, just 37 years old, is becoming the face of a continent's fury against its past. Meet Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Africa's youngest leader, Burkina Faso's military ruler, and now the poster boy of what some call a second African liberation, this time not from colonialism, but from Western hypocrisy. After seizing power in 2022 through a military coup, Traoré promised to fix Burkina Faso's decades-long jihadist crisis. But the numbers tell a different story. Over 7,200 civilians were killed in the past year alone, more than double the deaths in the year before he came to power. Nearly 60% of the country is now outside state control. Humanitarian needs have exploded. So why, despite all this, is Traoré more popular than ever? Simple. He's not selling stability, he's selling revolution. And the youth, disillusioned by democracy, poverty, and broken promises, are buying it. Traoré, along with fellow military rulers in Mali, Guinea, and Niger, has cut ties with France, ECOWAS, and other Western partners. In their place, Moscow. Traoré's speeches on Pan-Africanism now dominate Russian state media. His images flood social platforms. His message? Africa must liberate its mind. Some call it sleek Russian propaganda, but others say it's tapping into a deeper historic resentment. Because let's face it, France's so-called sphere of influence in West Africa, Francafrique, is crumbling. The promise of Western democracy hasn't delivered jobs, education, or peace. In a recent Afrobarometer survey across 39 countries, support for democracy is falling. Why? Because for millions of Africans, democracy came with ballot boxes, but not with bread. In a world dominated by aging African rulers clinging to power, Traoré, stylish, young, with a pistol on his hip, walks into presidential inaugurations and steals the show. Literally. In January, at Ghana's President Mahama's swearing in, all eyes turned to Traoré. Even bodyguards from other nations ran to catch a glimpse. His admirers call him Africa's Che Guevara. He invokes Sankara. He speaks of taking back Africa's resources. And unlike most junta leaders, he's actually passing reforms, creating a state-owned mining company, forcing foreign firms to hand over 15% stakes, and increasing spending on education and healthcare. Even the IMF and World Bank, typically cautious about juntas, have praised some of the government's economic moves. Burkina Faso's economy, according to the IMF, is expected to remain robust in 2025. Extreme poverty is falling. But behind the headlines lies a darker truth. As Africa drifts toward Russia, the West finds itself paralyzed. America's AFRICOM chief, General Michael Langley, accused Traoré of misusing gold reserves. The junta responded with defiance, in a march of thousands in support of their leader. Meanwhile, Trump's latest Gulf tour is raising eyebrows, while Washington tries to contain Chinese and Iranian influence in the Middle East. It's rapidly losing ground in Africa, a region once considered its back pocket through France. And here's the geopolitical nightmare. A Russian-African alliance gives Moscow direct access to Africa's gold, uranium, oil, and critical minerals. And in return, military training, weapons, and protection from Western sanctions. This isn't Cold War 2.0. This is the New World Order in motion. Africa has stopped waiting for change. It's choosing new allies, new systems, and a new voice. But here's the question the West refuses to ask. What if democracy without dignity is no longer enough? And what if a continent decides that the devil they know in the West is worse than the one rising in Moscow? This is not just about Burkina Faso. This is about the world's youngest continent, choosing who it will grow old with. And right now, it's not with the West.